Welcome, everyone. This is the 20th episode of the Poppin' Off podcast. I'm Tyler, and my good friend Aaron is running a bit late or is totally missing MIA. I'm not really sure yet. But we have a special guest today, Mr. Arian, aka Tony Stark, aka Little Getty, or Lil Getty, I should say. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing? I think that was a good introduction. That was actually a great introduction. You basically give all my nicknames. But
Yeah.
yeah, thanks for having me. We're just waiting for Aaron to get the podcast going so we can just get it going, and then maybe he'll join in. I think that would be a good thing. We can just basically have him joined in if he joins in later, and we can just like uh
Right.
get take care of that. So yeah, thanks for joining us today. I have a video type of deal, so I'm just gonna real quick show the Spider-Man setup right here. So
Wow.
yeah, today we're gonna talk about No Way Home.
Yeah, so this was Arian's idea. He messaged me and he was like, "Hey, we all three should do like a spoiler talk for No Way Home." And I was like, "Oh, that's a great idea, actually." So I got to thank you for coming up with this. And then, of course, I rallied the message over to Aaron, and he said, "Yeah, let's do it Tuesday, 5 on California time, 8 Florida time." But I don't know what happened. He's not getting back to me, so I don't know. You snooze, you lose. So he might join in later. I don't know yet. Um, but yeah, he went to go see the movie again today. That's why he wanted to do it, tonight. I've only seen it once. You've only seen it once, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I've seen it. I think what was it, December 16th? So we're coming up on 2 weeks almost. But I still remember the movie, obviously. So we can talk about it. But yeah, if you want to, before we get into spoilers, let's just do like a light, like non-spoiler thing, just in case. I mean, I'm sure everybody's seen it by now, but like, what are your like quick thoughts, non-spoiler wise?
Let's actually start, since we have time, let's actually start with like the actual going experience. How was it? Let's
Yeah,
actually talk about the theater. So first, I'm just gonna talk about it and then I'll throw it back to you. So I actually went on Saturday and I didn't get the ticket. I wanted to get it at the door to see how it is, to actually see like how is the theater, and it was pretty impressive. I tried to go at 5 on Saturday the 17th. That's when the official day comes out,
yeah,
but you can see it a day early on Thursday. So yeah, went on Friday. Got the 11, so showed up at 11 because the app kept crashing until 11. So I just went in at 11. I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna get the tickets. So there was still lines. People were still standing in
man,
line getting the tickets. It was insane. And we got the tickets and we just went in. It wasn't that crowded because I mean, obviously 11 kids bedtimes. That
yeah,
was the whole point of it, to just skip that part so we won't have families and crying kids. It was all like people our age, so like 20 and
yeah,
teenagers, and so it was like a good environment, no loud stuff, no like it wasn't like when they say like the whole theater was clapping and all that stuff. No, we we had class, but it wasn't like that crazy because it's just like honestly Sony, their their marketing team, man, these guys are putting out clips like crazy. So
yeah.
right, I'll throw it back to you. How was your experience just going in?
Yeah, so me being the maniac I am, of course I got to get the earliest possible, shit there is. So the night the whole fiasco went down when they went on sale, I was of course part of that, and I was up till like 1 a.m. trying to secure those tickets. And I did. I got one of those NFTs, which I don't really care about, but whatever. But yeah, I got the 3 p.m. Thursday showing, which was the earliest, which is like Jesus, 3 p.m. on like, oh my God, it's like this is just getting earlier and earlier. Which is cool too, because like a 3 p.m. ticket's actually cheaper. So I was like, okay, awesome. Um, so yeah, I went to see it, the Thursday the 16th with my sister. We just went to a standard showing. Did you see it in like IMAX or Dolby or anything?
No, mine was just standard as well. I
Yeah.
didn't care. I just wanted to see the movie. There wasn't no that much time, honestly. There was so many people.
Right, right. So yeah, we just went for the standard showing just because like I was kind of afraid of like, okay, if I buy like an IMAX ticket, it's gonna be harder because more people are waiting in a queue to get it, or like a.
Yeah.
So I was just like, screw it, let's just buy the regular. There's a theater that's like 2 miles from my house I always go to. like 99% of the time for movies, and we just went to it doesn't have IMAX or anything. It's just like a smaller AMC. So we just went there, and yeah, it was a sold out crowd, obviously, and it was fun, man. Like it was like end game levels of like screaming and jumping for joy, and it was really fun. Like seriously, like and it was cool too because like in the moment I knew what was happening, just like with Endgame. Like there was tons of things I didn't expect, obviously, but it was such an experience, man. Like I loved it. I gave the movie like a 9.5 out of 10. I had a few minor gripes. I did a full review for people who want to go check that out, and also a tier video. But yeah, man, the movie was awesome. Like seriously, like it lived up to pretty much every expectation. And then what was your rating if you gave it a rating?
Yeah, before I give my rating, shameless plug here, you can check my channel in the description.
Yeah,
And you can check Tyler's videos actually. Go check out his tier list. That was a good tier list.
thanks.
Go check out his review. That was a good review too.
Yeah,
And also I do Blu-ray unboxings. I actually did the recent for the Tobey Maguire collection. I did the 4K collection unboxing on that. And I do the Spider-Man steelbooks and stuff, and Tyler does it. So stay tuned for the unboxings when the movies come out.
yeah.
And yeah, okay, so I gave it like a 9.5 as well. Again, there's always like minor gripes. Honestly, if I want to like be honest with about the film, I would say it was fulfilling, it was good, but it's again, it's not like it wasn't like something like very like the first three Spider-Man films. It wasn't like something groundbreaking like those films because those films basically started the whole
Hmm.
genre of the Spider-Man thing. So and inspired a lot of stuff from Sam Raimi in this movie. There are a lot of inspirations. So yeah, and a lot of inspirations from other movies too. So it was like just the different variations. We got MCU and all that type of stuff. It didn't feel like just a standard MCU movie like Black Widow, that felt very standard to me, and also Shang-Chi felt a little bit standard to me
Yeah.
as well. Like it wasn't like trying to fulfill the Marvel formula. That was good
Hmm.
part about the film. It felt like an independent type of movie where it's like they have like these characters and they just want to do like a fan service type of movie, which is like good because we saw the different variations of Spider-Man, so it was really good. And yeah, 9.5, I would say. Again, I have Spider-Man 2. That movie is just classic to me. And I have Spider-Man 1. And then I have this movie in terms of the Spider-Man rankings. And then
Hmm.
Spider-Verse, another type of movie, other films. So yeah.
Okay, that sounds very close to my actual ranking. I think I put this one above Spider-Man 1 though, but I definitely agree though. Like Spider-Man 1 and 2 are like so classic. Like those can't be replicated. Like in terms of like just regular size movies. Like this is such a huge movie, but it's to me Spider-Man 2 is just better though. Like it's just a perfect movie. So um but yeah, well, I guess we'll just get into like full on spoilers now and like just really talk about stuff. So what would you do you want to go like in order sort of, or would you like to like a particular scene to talk about?
I think we can just jump back and forth. I'm gonna start with the Raimi films, obviously. So we're gonna spoil the film in three, two, one. If you haven't seen, just leave the podcast. So the spoiler part is Alfred Molina and uh, Willem Dafoe put in their best. These guys are legendary actors. They've been around the industry for such a long time. Alfred Molina, we saw him in Raiders, and Willem Dafoe, we saw him in Clear and Present Danger, and we saw him in The Temptation of Jesus. And this guy played Jesus. So these
Yeah.
are veteran actors. It's like these guys carried the film for me. Like they're so good in these roles, and it seems like they haven't even missed a beat. They just went exactly, basically all the Raimi stuff. Like these guys brought the Raimi feel to the film, and it felt like an actual like type of thing. And I think Sam Raimi would have been proud of the movie. Like I think it was he had such a joy. I'm sure when he saw these films because he actually made these films with these uh, talented actors. And Sam Raimi is a legendary director, of course, Evil Dead films and all that. And John Watts is good, but he's no Sam Raimi. I mean, let's be honest here. Because I mean, just at the age, maybe in 20 years from now, maybe, but just because
Yeah.
of their age differences. So yeah, yeah. So first up, it opened with of course Doc Ock, and in the original movie he says Butterfingers, and then in this one he says catch. So you see, it's like you can see it's the same universe. He brought in
Right.
that feeling and a lot of improvise. I feel like. What do you think? So for the like, let's talk about Doc Ock first, so because that's who
Well,
appears first
yeah.
in the
I
film.
mean, I don't. I've really always had this debate, like who's the better villain, like Green Goblin or Doc Ock. They're both like legendary, and I still don't know the answer to that. Like, I really can't choose,
And
especially even after this movie. I mean, I feel like Green Goblin might edge him out just by the way, like he was, like how insane he was in this movie. But like, yeah, both those guys are incredible. So like seeing Doc Ock on the big screen, because the thing with me is I grew up with the original three, but I never saw them in theaters. So like this was surreal, like actually getting to see it on the big screen. Like it's sort of like a couple of months ago, I went to go see the director's cut of Rocky Four. I never thought in my life I'd see Rocky Four on a movie screen, like because obviously that came out in like 1985. So like it was the same feeling of like this movie I've seen like tons of times, and I'm actually seeing it at an adult age, and I get to appreciate it, you know. So like when Doc Ock like showed up, I got chills like crazy. The audience went crazy.
yeah, it was
That whole
insane.
that whole first scene was incredible, like on the highway or whatever, or the freeway, whatever. And then the whole switcheroo on us where Peter actually controlled the tentacles. I thought that was pretty funny. Um, but that was such a great reveal because like he lowers the mask and he realizes it's not Tobey Maguire, and then Peter takes control of the tentacles, and yeah, it was a really great scene. And then pretty much for the rest of the movie, Doc Ock is turned into a good guy, which I didn't mind. That sort of fits with the character, anyways. Um, and I really liked his banter with Green Goblin, like him calling him Norman and stuff. It's like, man, I never thought I'd see these two ever interact, which is crazy. Like they're doing stuff together, like I don't know, it was just so surreal. Like seriously, like yeah, man, Doc Ock was definitely incredible. So what do you think of Green Goblin? Because he's arguably the goat.
Yeah, that I mean, Willem Dafoe is a legend. In American Psycho, he's even great in such a minor role as that
Yeah.
film. He's amazing. You saw him in Lighthouse, and you probably seen him in, of course, Clear and Present Danger and the Last Temptation of
Have you
Christ
seen
and
the Florida
bunch of them.
Project?
No, I just seen trailers of that. Is that the one with where there's like a kid or something?
Yeah, so I'll quickly
Yeah,
explain why that movie's so great. So he got nominated for an Oscar for the Florida
yeah,
Project, and it's like an independent film. It's A24, but it's so good, bro. Like me personally, I grew up going to Orlando tons of times for vacations, and it takes place in like the really seedy parts of Orlando, like the broke with like the shitty motels where people stay and have dreams of like going to Disney World and stuff like that.
yeah.
And it really
Basically, like
shows you.
LA. Yeah,
Yeah, it shows you like the dirty side of Orlando and stuff like that. And I actually like we used to drive by those places. I literally drove by the motel like a couple months ago where they filmed it, which was surreal to me. But definitely watch that movie, bro. Like he is so good in it. He should have won the Oscar if you ask me. Um,
yeah.
but go ahead, I digress. So, Green Goblin, what do you think?
Yeah, yeah. When you said the streets, yeah, Florida Project, I'll definitely check that film out. And something else is, I just wanted to say, like, again, I went to Santee Alley, which is like a market type of thing. It's like a street market type of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just went there, and like LA and Florida and New York, these cities, they have like you can see like how people are living. Like it feels like you see the different types of people. You see all the rich actors who are living in Hollywood Hills and all that, and then
Yeah.
you see like the ground of Los Angeles where it's like in downtown, which is like a bunch of homeless people, and you see the ghetto
Right.
hotels and movies about that, just showing realistic life of people. They're amazing, and they just
Yeah.
showcase the actor's ability. But then let's just talk about Green Goblin. I know that actually went along. So like, yeah, Green Goblin is amazing. They took the mask off. Good thing. So you can
Right.
actually see Willem Dafoe's face, because that guy's face is just like Jim Carrey. You can change it or whatever and make it look evil. So that was a good thing they did. And he was amazing. He's the best part of the film. I mean, he carried the film. He's like basically like a definition of like an actual villain
Yeah.
who he just really wants to damage the hero. He doesn't really honestly care about like the money or killing people. He just
Oh
wanted to
yeah.
damage the people and damage the hero, which is basically like Joker for Batman. the
Right.
Spider-Man is Green Goblin and Hobgoblin. So yeah, that's basically how it is.
Yeah, I think I've settled my debate. I think Green Goblin's probably my favorite because definitely in this movie, I prefer Green Goblin over Doc Ock. But like the older movies, I always struggled with that. So I think this movie like cements, yeah, Green Goblin's the best villain. Like, bro, he was especially at the end when he stabbed Toby, bro. I was I don't know if you recall in my review, I said I literally started hyperventilating. Like I was freaking out. I was like, I'm not about to see Toby die on screen right now. Bro, he was so good. Like I wanted to like punch Green Goblin in the face. Like his evil like gestures, and he was like what was he like, I struck the final blow but you were responsible. Like I forgot what he said exactly, but like dude, like he should, I know it's a comic book movie, but he should get nominated for something like for this movie. Like bro, like it's up there like with Heath Ledger if you ask me. Like it is.
Yeah, he's so good that people even want him to play Joker too. That's how good Willem Dafoe is. You know, if he plays Joker, he can still be a good
For
Joker.
real.
I mean, I know he wouldn't, but or if he one day, but like that would be insane too because he's so good. He like embodies the role, and it's the same feel. It's basically like you can see like it's right after the first Spider-Man. It doesn't feel
Yeah.
like the movie has changed or the character has changed. That's why the Amazing Spider-Man films, those movies are like the character wasn't like feel the same feel as the comic, the same thing, but like Green Goblin really like he embodied the comic, he embodied the first movie. He basically was Green Goblin who was like just trying to break down Peter and just trying to kill him and just break him down and just try to just torture him mentally and physically. It wasn't just like just
Yeah.
straight up trying to kill him because in the first Spider-Man, how he tried to trick Toby, and then he stabbed him finally. Like that was
Mhm.
like like the revenge. So it connects. It wasn't like
Right.
they actually put an effort. But one minor gripe I have about the film is they really like they kind of like dropped the ball on the reveal of him. Like they just cut back to his face. It was very choppy. Some scenes
Oh
of the
yeah.
film felt very like okay, here, let's just zoom in on his face. Like it wasn't like the type of like rainy deal where it's like he creeps up and like he like has these slow shots, like it didn't have like that classic type of like 80s and the 90s and like the early 2000 type of like
Right.
camera work that Scorsese has and stuff. So I think if the camera work needed a little bit of like help, but overall the movie really like delivered on its part.
Yeah, yeah. You're talking about the scene where he's like at the dumpster and he's talking to the mask, which was a great callback. But like, yeah, the way they like just cut back to it was really weird. You're right. I didn't really think about that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I was sad to see the mask break actually. Like I understand, like I'm glad they changed it up, but like I was really sad when it broke. I was like, ah.
yeah. It was supposed to be the Spider-Man No More, which we saw in Spider-Man 2, basically. Like,
Yeah, it was just like that.
yeah. But you see like how that scene plays out, how this scene plays out, like the way they edit it,
Yeah, yeah, I know
like
what you're talking
that's
about.
much more smoother. This one kind of felt like, okay, let's just show it. Okay, let's cut back, and then let's
Right.
cut. Like it was kind of like that, but yeah, I know. I know what you're saying. It was like kind of like I think breaking that thing was like we were trying to like try something new. Like we are not just trying to cash in on the nostalgia type of deal.
Yeah.
Um, so
And
yeah,
I think
but
another thing of
I
it
agree.
too is like it's such a huge movie. They want to cut down on time and stuff, obviously. But like, I hope they realize, like, bro, like if you make this movie 4 hours, it's still gonna make the same money. Like, bro, we'll watch a longer version. Like, you don't have to edit it crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Endgame was 3 hours. Like, for real. Like, I would sit and watch a 4 hour No Way Home, wouldn't you?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I would director's cut. I mean, look, we have
Maybe.
Apocalypse now. It's 3 hours and 30 minutes, the Redux version,
Yeah, right.
and
Apocalypse
Lawrence of
Now.
Arabia is 4 hours.
Yeah, yeah, they could. I mean, I'd love for them to like do longer versions. I don't think they really do that. They don't really they'll do like deleted scenes on Blu-rays, but they don't really, I don't think there's any MCU movie with like a longer edit, is there?
No, because we're dealing with Sony and Disney, so
Yeah.
these guys are like, no, 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 this is a corporation movie.
Yeah, we have to agree on
You didn't
everything.
hear that from me.
Right, right, right. Which I'm glad, by the way, because remember back after Far From Home, like they had that falling out. They're like, Spider-Man's done, we're done. You know, he's not going to be in the MCU anymore. And now couple years later, this happens. It's like, bro, I'm so glad they're on good terms because like we wouldn't have got this movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, why does Sony have to lose? Sony basically did put no effort into this. Sony is just cashing on the box office, and Disney made the film, and they're just cashing on the actual merchandise. That's the deal
Well,
that they have. So
well, Marvel Studios.
yeah,
Well, okay, so Disney distributes the films. They don't actually like Marvel Studios makes the films, the
right,
studio
yeah.
company. Um, but Sony, I believe, is actually who makes the Spider-Man films, but with Marvel Studios like working with them in conjunction. I'm not really sure how that works. Um, but
Yeah,
no, like
that's
it's
how it
still
is.
like a
Yeah,
50-50 kind of thing, I feel, in terms of the actual like filmmaking. But
yeah,
in terms
yeah,
of release, it's obviously a Sony release, not a Disney release. But yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's complicated. I'm just glad they're on good terms.
Yeah, you nailed it on the point basically. It's actually, I think it's a 60-40 type of deal. Sony,
Yeah.
since he owns the character, so he takes the majority of the money. Of
Hmm.
course, that's given because it's a Sony character. They bought it back
Yeah.
in, a long time ago from Stan Lee himself. So, and they have the rights because they're making the movies, and it's being distributed by Columbia because it's their project. But
Hmm.
it's good because now Columbia can just get this, like, these different Spider-Man, it just gives them to different directors and different writers, like bring good writers like, the Sam Raimi, and
Yeah.
bring the Spider-Verse team on the live action part. I think that would be a great move, and I think that's what they're planning. They're planning to bring, different variations of all writers, and if they actually do it correctly and give everybody like freedom,
Hmm.
creative freedom, it will be amazing. They're just printing their money. There's no point
Like, yeah,
in not doing it.
seriously. I think what they should do, honestly, they should give Tom Holland a little bit of a break because I know he said he wanted a break. He signed like a new deal, but like they should give him a break because he's already played Spider-Man like I think 7 times in the last 5 years, which is like crazy. They need to give him like a bit of a 2 or 3 year break or something, and maybe they can make Spider-Man 4 with Toby. They can make Amazing Spider-Man 3. They can make, I don't know, Miles Morales. Like, you know what I mean? They can do all kinds of stuff. They should
Yeah.
go on that route.
It was rumored like long time ago that Miles Morales live action is coming one day.
Yeah.
That's one of Sony's plans. So Sony, it seems like they just want to continue with the Spider-Verse type of deal, and Marvel basically opened the gateway for them. So because they couldn't, and they had issues with it, so they finally opened the gateway. So do whatever. I mean, you got Morbius, you got Vulture, you got
Mhm.
Sandman, you have all these villains we saw in that film. So there was Sinister Five. We didn't see Sinister Six in No Way Home, but they can actually do a proper Sinister Six now, I think,
Yeah.
and they can like expand upon it and like bring other characters. I mean, we have Kingpin. You want to see Kingpin versus Spider-Man. I mean,
Oh,
I
for
don't care what
sure.
Spider-Man it is. I just want to see Kingpin versus Spider-Man, and Peter actually living in the city. So it seems like they're finally like putting Tom Holland where he can like actually feel like a Spider-Man. So we can have like different Spider-Mans going at the same time. Like we have the Spider-Verse, the animated version. So yeah, I think that
Right.
would.
And I was also wondering, do you think they're actually would they cross over the animated with the live action? Because they're sort of doing that with What If, because like the Doctor Strange Supreme showed up in the trailer. So like, and I assume Captain Carter will be live action at some point too. But like, I don't know. Do you think maybe they'll like cross over the cartoon with like the live action thing? Like it'll be the same Miles Morales from that, but like they'll have like a real guy playing him. You know what I mean? You think they'll do that?
I think, yeah, I mean, I can't really like say how they're gonna do it. They're just like a bunch of
Yeah.
people, but like what I would say, like, yeah, it kind of like they would try to connect it because remember the meme they did Into the Spider-Verse where like they jump into each other's universes, so they might do like that type of
Yeah.
deal where it's like he jumps into the real world and he jumps into the animated. That movie, like a Roger Rabbit type of deal where it's like a hybrid animated type of film.
That
I think
might
that
be
would be
weird
crazy.
though. I don't know. That might
Yeah,
look weird. Like especially
but
in like a modern big budget movie. I don't know. I don't know.
yeah, they might just acknowledge the animated stuff because it's still
Yeah,
canon. So yeah,
I think best case would be to cross over the same ones we've been seeing, like from Into the Spider Verse, like that particular Miles, bring him into the live action as like a real person. That way we're familiar with him already. That'd be cool. I think that'd be the best case. But you could always just do a brand new Miles, you know. Who was it in Childish Gambino? It's like his cousin or whatever. Or you know, I got a nephew who lives over here. He says something like that in the first movie. Um, so obviously Miles does exist. They established that, you know, way back. But I don't know. Like, there's so many possibilities. It's ridiculous. And I even thought Spider-Man was going to show up in the Hawkeye finale because he literally swings by the Christmas tree in Rockefeller Center, which is where the finale took place. So I literally thought he was going to show up just days later in the Hawkeye, but I guess not. You know, that would have been a little bit too much.
Yeah, Spider-Man, you know, Disney, you know, Columbia has Spider-Man by neck. So
Yeah.
Spider-Man is like the biggest money maker of them. So I don't think they're gonna just like allow Disney to do. They kind of want to stray away from Disney. So I think they're gonna make the Toby and the Andrew movies. I think that would be the best move they can do, and you know, that would be good. But you know, they just want to do the movies and the big budget stuff because I think that's what makes the big money. And
Yeah.
yeah, bro, Kingpin without Spider-Man is like it's like, you know, it's like separating like the most important like villain. It's like he's like basically like Penguin and Batman. It's Kingpin and Spider-Man. That's the
Right.
deal
Yeah.
it's about. So yeah, and you know, we have Daredevil, which is amazing. We can have him and Spider-Man and Kingpin, and then you can introduce Alistair Smythe, where it's like he's like a mutant type of deal where Kingpin created him. Like all these storylines we can do, and then we can bring X-Men because X-Men fight with Kingpin too in the animated '90s animated, which is from the comics. So many possibilities. Comics are insane. They just go everywhere, and you can do any storyline you want. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I just think like because the way the MCU is growing, it's like at a ridiculous pace now. I just imagine like what's it gonna look like 5 years from now? Like what's it gonna look like 10 years from now? Like it's like we think we're at like such a huge point, we don't have a clue. Like it's gonna look crazy. Like I don't know, man. Like all this stuff coming up with King the Conqueror, Fantastic Four, X-Men. Like there's so many other things. Like I don't know, man. Like it's a crazy time to be alive. Like honestly, like I never thought I'd see something like this.
yeah, and let's just quickly talk about Batman because the Batman trailer dropped, and yeah, I was reading the Dark Knight Returns comic right here. So yeah, Batman also, you know, it's like what a time to be a comic book fan and be a superhero fan. I mean, we're getting Batman also on Warner Brothers side, and it seems like they actually like giving directors like creative freedom. So like
Yeah.
every movie is different than the other ones. They're not trying to have this whole like cinematic type of deal, which is great. Again, there's like a shot right here I want to show. Yeah, so it's insane. You know, again, you said it's great to be a comic fan and just see all these. You know, R.I.P. Stanley and Steve Ditko. I mean, these guys
Mm.
created these characters, the Spider-Man character, and you know, R.I.P. Bill Finger and Bob Kane, who created Batman. I mean, these guys started something, and we see like different takes, and we are grateful to have this technology and like be able to see all this stuff where they weren't unfortunately, you know, at the time. So and they're legends, so they created these characters. So yeah.
Yeah. Like I saw a comment like after I saw No Way Home, somebody was like, "Imagine if Stanley lived to see this." I'm like, "Bro, that's so that hits me in the feels." Like, I mean, he lived to see
Yeah.
Infinity War and you know all kinds of stuff, but like, man, because Spider-Man was like his pride and joy. Like, if he got to see all three of them on the big screen together, that would have been crazy. But I'm sure, you know, if you believe in ghosts or whatever, if he's a spirit, he did see it. You know, he's smiling down from heaven. Um, yeah, man, it's just wild. Like, like imagine if you created something that huge. Like, imagine how George Lucas feels. Like, I know he sold Star Wars and stuff. Like, you know, but like, imagine like you create this thing and it just becomes this like huge phenomenon. Like, I don't know, man. That must feel like incredible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely agree what you're saying. And you know, Stanley was like Spider-Man was Stanley's child, basically. Like he
Yeah.
like loved that character so much, and he had such a respect for that character. And it was like he was like the most relatable superhero. He wasn't rich like Batman. He wasn't, you know, he's so relatable. He's just like teenagers who are or young adults who are trying to, you know, figure
Hmm.
out their lives. I mean, it's basically us. I mean, I would say like we're trying to like figure out how to fit in, and we have like personal issues and we have like normal issues like money issues and all that type of deal, and getting jobs, and it's basically that's what Peter Parker is at core.
Yeah.
These are all Peter Parker movies, not like Spider-Man is also a character, but Peter Parker is like the heart and the soul of these films. He carries these films. So yeah, and also Bully McGuire. Yeah,
Bully McGuire.
yeah. So yeah, you. I was hoping we get like some like dancing. Sorry with the camera. Yeah, so we get like a dancing. That would be great. With Toby coming out of like the when he was coming out of the portal. Imagine if it was the dance. How crazy it would have been.
Oh my god, dude, that would have been so out of place. But like, I think nobody would have a problem with
Yeah,
it. They'd just be laughing so hysterically.
everybody would probably just jump in the air and they wouldn't
Oh,
care.
dude, if that happened, bro, I guarantee like the theater would have went crazy, bro. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
No, so I also wanted to talk a little bit more about No Way Home, like specific scenes. So like the scene where Andrew and Toby finally get revealed. So how'd that go for you?
That was good. I mean, we already knew, so like
Yeah.
I honestly like they didn't really like hit me like it should have been because Sony is not good at keeping secrets. But I feel like it was good. People actually clapped, so people were, some people were like some of the guys they were clapping and they were like, "Yeah, let's go," and they clapped and all that. But
Mm.
honestly, like just Ned randomly starting the portal, the portals, like that's good, but like, come on, it could have been like Doctor Strange warped the reality and then they just jump in. Like they could have had better reveals. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's great what they did, but the reveal could have been like some more epic. I feel like they all like point at each other like the comic book frame, or like they just like jump in and they start fighting all three of them. Imagine like we saw like something like that, but it was great how they did it. It was good. Toby immediately with the one-liners,
Oh yeah.
my back, yeah. And then he was like doing better and all that. It was great. I feel like,
You know
yeah,
what's funny about the my back thing? I feel like he purposely said it like that. Like he made it sound like the way he said it in the Spider-Man 2. He's like, my back. Like he's like, dude, it was so funny. I did not expect that. I was like, bro, we're really calling that back? Okay. I was hoping for more bully callbacks, but it's all right. But they honestly like the way he shows up in the movie is sort of a meme. Like he walks through the portal, he's just like, hey, how you doing? Like he just does this awkward like, hi. He's just wearing regular
yeah,
clothes, you know what I mean?
yeah. It felt
Um,
like the Raimi trilogy, to be
yeah.
honest.
So like, yeah, bro,
Yeah.
like that reveal, the
Andrew
theater was
was
going
good.
crazy because like when they first show Andrew, he's like down an alleyway, you can't tell who it is. So I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was just Tom Holland. And then people started making noise. I was like, why are they making noise? And then it clicked. I was like, oh, that's a different Spider-Man probably. And then it was Andrew, and I was like, holy shit. And I was like crossing my fingers. I'm like, come on, Toby's next, right? Toby's next. And then, bro, it was wild. I should have recorded it or something. Like, it was so crazy. Um,
Yeah, and then Sony would walk in. No, no, no. Fair use.
yeah, and speaking
They
of
would
that,
just
it's
strike down the
funny.
whole channel.
Yeah, you know how funny it is how like the day of the release or like the day before, like people saw it in England like a day early or whatever. Like people were posting clips like crazy, dude. Like full like three,
Yeah.
5 minute clips, and they're not getting taken down, and they're just on your recommended page. And like, bro, like people are
Yeah.
crazy.
Screw that.
Yeah, like how does that work? You like if you use like 15 seconds of a song in your video, you're gonna get in trouble. But if you post like a a 5 minute clip from a brand new movie, you're okay. Like how does that work? I don't know, bro. YouTube's
I
funny.
mean, they immediately try to pull it down because Sony, it's like they as soon as they found out like what's going on, they just were like, all right, let's get it down. YouTube, honestly, like I know we are in this platform, and we are grateful we have this platform, we can talk and stuff, but like,
Yeah.
man, YouTube has a lot of issues. Like
Hmm.
seriously, like they just take down people's channels, they destroy channels, they basically demonetize like channels with 10 millions of views and 10 millions of subscribers, and
Yeah.
it's insane. There's no logic into YouTube recommendation and all that. So there isn't. Honestly, I got recommended the Dark Knight trailer.
Oh yeah, that
Like,
happens sometimes. Like videos
I
from
know,
like
like
15 years ago or something. Like you know what I mean?
yeah, some random video from like 15 years ago, some kid doing an unboxing, or some kid like on his phone trying to film, or like some kid with a balloon, like super random stuff. Like
Right.
YouTube has no logic.
Yeah, like there'll be most of the stuff like I can understand like why I get recommended, but there's like things I'm like, what is this? Like what? I've never like I don't know. It's just so strange. Like the algorithms, like they change it all the time apparently, so that's why it's so weird. Like there's no way to like crack the algorithm to where you can be trending or whatever apparently, because they make it difficult for people to obviously crack it. So I don't know, bro. YouTube's
Yeah.
weird. Like yeah,
I would say the people who get like on the main page are the ones signed to a major label, signed to record labels,
yeah,
and they are like basically like actual artists because they have the artist page and they just automatically put them on trending pages. I think those guys are the ones who like use the label advantage, but then again, YouTube just does whatever the hell they want. They don't really care about like what's going on. You just spoil the movie, put the whole movie. Some whole movies are on YouTube. I mean, you
yeah.
got like just like random movies
Like
with
how
like
does that work?
super low quality. Yeah, Shrek in like 240p is probably on YouTube somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Like
I don't know. This is YouTube's really weird, but
I
yeah,
actually got Shrek recommended the whole movie at 240p
of
quality.
course. Oh, and by the way, actually, no, I'm gonna wait for Aaron. I was gonna discuss a Shrek related thing. You probably know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I'm gonna wait for him if he shows up. But no, let's get back into No Way Home real quick. So, I'm trying to think what else we didn't talk about. Oh, okay, so the other villains. What do you think about Electro? Because I feel like a lot of people are kind of divided on him.
they saved Andrew Garfield and they saved Electro's characters. I mean, Spider-Man was saved in terms of character development, and also Electro was saved. These guys actually feel like real characters, not just comic book
Yeah,
one-liner type of thing. So yeah, Electro was fixed. He was great. I think they had to make him look like a comic with the remember the mask in the
yeah, the
comic
star.
book? Yeah, the star appeared, which is amazing to see Jamie Foxx in, and he actually felt like Electro with the arc reactor. Crazy design, crazy look. He
Yeah.
actually felt threatening this time around, not just the it's my birthday, it's time to light my candle. And it's like a blue meanie. I don't know what they were thinking in that movie, but this was fixed, definitely.
Yeah, well, I feel like a lot of okay, so I agree with everything you just said, but like there's a lot of people who have been saying like, well, Jamie Foxx's Electro does not feel anything like the previous one. He seems way too overconfident, blah blah blah. Well, no, I mean, if you remember at the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2, he gained that overconfidence and like now he's in a brand new universe and he's got a new lease on life basically. So yeah, of course he's going to be even more, overconfident. So I don't feel like they ruined his character at all. I was just kind of underwhelmed a little bit with the final battle. I feel like they cured all the villains a little bit too easily, like too quickly, and like we didn't get to see him do too much. But other than that, though, like I thought he did a great job. Like I really thought Jamie Foxx was an Oscar winner, so of course he's great.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx is great, and also, I mean, Electro is like Shocker. He's like a
Yeah,
C tier villain, and I know, like, I agree about the finale, but I'm just saying, like, Electro is like a C tier villain, and C tier villains are like extension of comic books. They're like
yeah,
super loud and super obnoxious, like super just like show up and just like uh you get rid of them quickly. Like Electro is always a side mission in Spider-Man games. He's never
yeah,
like a main villain, and he's always loud and he's always like confident. That's the whole point of him. That's how he is in the comics, and I think they delivered. Even Sandman felt like actual Sandman.
right.
Sandman in this movie felt like Sandman more than he did in his own in the Spider-Man 3 Sandman, I feel like. Even though Thomas Hayden Church wasn't there and they had
Right.
like traveling issues, but like even it actually felt like Sandman, where it's like Sandman, honestly, like he doesn't have mercy for a lot of people. He just does whatever he wants. Sandman doesn't have that much emotion. He's like basically sand. So basically, like that's how he is. He always tries to get and work for his own benefits. They captured the villains good, I feel like, but the issue
Yeah,
is the actual plot of the movie, and like it felt like it was very choppy and jumping around. And again, if they give us like 4 hours, that would have been
yeah,
much better and much that type of story. But then again, it's opening, so maybe down the line we see these guys again. We don't know yet. They just like they're testing the waters, I feel like, with this movie. And if people, they're supporting it, so I think maybe later we'll see more of them. I'm hoping, I wish we would see more of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they couldn't make it to the shoot. Like both Lizard and Sandman, both those actors actually like had to be. They reused footage from previous movies on them at the end. So I guess they just did the voice and that was it. But like, I don't know. Like I thought they were like I like the way they changed. They pretty much changed the look of all the villains except for Doc Ock. He's pretty much the same still. But like Green Goblin has a brand new costume pretty much. Sandman is all sand like the whole movie. Lizard is like way greener and like looks more like a dinosaur, and then Electro has a brand new look, obviously. But I thought Sandman and Lizard were used just fine. Like, they're definitely like C-list, villains also, but they were in the movie just fine, if you ask me. I know people were complaining about them too, but there's 5 freaking villains. Like, come on, like the movie's got
Yeah,
so much to do. So
I agree. I brought in Spider-Man 3. They didn't use this 4K transfer because that looked overtly sharp and clean. So they DNR'd this version. So they took the scene from Sandman part where he dissolves. They
yeah,
took the scene from this movie and they DNR'd the 4K to make it blend with the sharp look of the new film. And it
right,
kind of looked off the color grading and it kind of looked out of place because
yeah,
if you've seen this film, you already know this is a worn type of like film type of look and as grain is intact. So yeah,
hmm
yeah,
I
I really
noticed,
felt that. I
yeah.
felt that choppiness with the Sandman and with Lizard. I wish we can actually see the actors come on set and do a proper version of them and just a proper version of all of these villains. I think that would be great. And let's just talk about Green Goblin. This guy straight up just murdered Aunt May.
Oh, dude, bro, that messed me up, bro. Like, how about
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, that was I was like, okay, what? How did she get up? And then I was like, oh, like I was so in shock that like I was so in shock. It got me too. I was like, what the hell? How did he do that? Like he's really evil. Like when he's like, you
Yeah.
remember when he threatens Aunt May in the other universe, and then
Oh
straight up
yeah.
just kills Aunt May in this universe. So wow, that was great. That was a good job they did on that film.
Yeah. So I don't know. Did you see the leak about the soundtrack before the movie came out? There was a track that was called "May Dies." Did you know about that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so that's good because I unfortunately saw that and I was hoping it wasn't real, but so I was surprised when she stood up and was like, "Okay, I'm okay." I was like, "Oh, I thought she was supposed to die." But then she did die, so I was like, "Damn it, I kind of saw it coming." But bro, that scene screwed me up, bro. Like, and when she said with great power comes great responsibility, I was, man, like this movie was so good, bro. Like the amount of shit Peter went through is ridiculous. And Tom Holland in that scene where she dies, bro, like that is A+ acting right there. Like he felt like a kid who just lost a loved one and it's his fault. And man, like this movie messed me up, bro. Like the ending, like when everyone forgets about him and he leaves Mary Jane and or sorry, Michelle and Ned in the diner. Like, bro, this movie was crazy. Like I just thinking about it makes me sad. Like it was so good. Man,
Yeah,
did
it
you
felt like
cry?
Iron Man. Yeah, I actually felt emotional at that part. I was like, oh, holy smokes, like they're actually going for it and they don't I didn't cry. I was just like very like emotional because it was really late and I was really tired, I feel like.
Yeah,
But then again, yeah, it did hit me. It did what it's supposed to do for me as well as it did on you. And this movie felt like a separate type of movie. Like it didn't feel like MCU movie. That's what's good about it. It was
right.
like it felt like John Watts' take on Spider-Man with help of Raimi and help of Mark Webb characters in there. So that's what's good about this film. Can we talk about how amazing Andrew Garfield is? This guy is Oscar winner type of
Bro,
actor.
yeah,
He's
as
so
somebody
good.
yeah, like honestly, like as somebody who's not a fan of his two movies are my least two favorite movies in the whole franchise. I'm sorry. But he was so good in this. Honestly, I think I might have enjoyed him the most, like out of all three. In terms of like, I'm not saying like Tom Holland did a bad job or anything, but like in terms of like enjoyment and like fun and stuff like that, I think he was the funnest character of the three Spider-Man.
Yeah, I have a picture of him here. Even like look at this steelbook right here. You see like how great the suit looks? This
I
is
love
an
that suit.
amazing suit.
Yeah,
Yeah. This suit is just amazing. I mean, look at those eyes. It looks so comic booky and like the suit and like This is the best visually looking Spider-Man movie, Amazing Spider-Man 2. The CG honestly looks better on in this film and sharper on this than in this new movie, No Way Home, because this is Sony production and it's Sony CG, so and it's really good. So yeah, I agree. They saved the character. They gave him like actual feeling. He felt
Yeah,
like in these movies, the writers really didn't do him good. So he needs his third movie. I feel like we have to get that movie.
I'm on board.
It's much needed than even Toby's fourth movie, because Toby is already an amazing Spider-Man, like very no pun intended, but yeah, he's already like very good. So if we get this, I feel like we can save Andrew's character and make him really good, because he's a great actor. I mean, he was so good, and he's like, you know what, I love you guys, even though
Right.
like it felt like Andrew Garfield like redeeming himself. That's what's good about it. And like he was like, people really didn't care about his Spider-Man, but now he's getting the redemption. He's like, no man, you're amazing. Like
Yeah.
that part was so good, so emotional, so
It did.
executed
It
well.
felt more like Andrew Garfield than Peter Parker. Like it felt like he was just saying everything. Like you know what I mean? He's like, man, I love you guys, and dude, like,
Yeah.
yeah, man, I felt so good for him because, like I said, his movies, I'm not a fan, so like, I this made me want to see a third one. Like this made me want to see more. Um, yeah, man, I felt so happy for him. Like you could tell he was having a blast. I agree with you. Toby doesn't really need a fourth one, but it would be cool, you know. But I'd honestly, I never thought I'd say this. I'd rather see Amazing Spider-Man 3 than a Toby Spider-Man 4. So I think you agree with me on that, right?
Yeah, I feel like we got to see them both, but yeah, if we have to just get one, I would say we just have to get that one.
Yeah.
And already, I mean, yes, he's such a colorful and bright universe, and it's already like very well, like visually, it's amazing. Honestly, the 4K of the Blu-ray of this movie looks better than the 4K of this movie. Like
Right.
the transfer is so good on these Blu-rays. These already look like 4Ks, and the 4K is slightly better, not that much, but the shots and the way they did the choreography and the way they have him in the suit and the way he jumps around and the CG and all that. It was
Mhm.
very, very well done. So I'd rather see one more movie in this universe done well. It would be amazing.
Yes, yeah, I completely agree. So real quick, I had another gripe, and it stayed with me because it was one of the post-credit scenes, and I was like, it was on my mind. I was like, damn it, why did they do that? How'd you feel about the Venom thing?
The Venom thing, I don't know what's going on with Venom. Venom is in such a like weird spot right now, because Venom is such a like this character went through hell, it seems like. Um and it's still going through hell.
Yeah,
The Venom movies, let's just quickly talk about them. The Venom movies, they're good, they're C tier, they're cheesy, they're acknowledging they're cheesy, they're not like trying to be serious. It's not really Venom from comics,
right,
because
yeah,
we don't have Spider-Man. Venom has to have Spider-Man,
yeah,
and it seems like they want to have like another Eddie Brock from this universe, because
hmm,
just the Venom dropped. That's what I'm guessing, and they want to have maybe like that Venom come in and they fight each other and have like a that type of deal. It seems like, or
right,
maybe this one comes back, but this Venom doesn't really match this environment. I feel like this Venom is way too like cheesy and comedic. Like he doesn't feel
yeah,
like Eddie Brock. He feels like a comic version of like Venom, but I would like to see it again. I want him to be in this universe as well, like later on. Like
yeah,
I'll be fine with both. If we get this new Venom, I want to see that Venom too. Just have both Venoms just come in and fight Spider-Man. We just have to see Venom fight Spider-Man
I
in
know.
actual black suit, the proper version of it.
No
That's the
Topher
point, right?
Grace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, bro, like, okay, so you're making a lot of sense here. So I get it. Okay, so the Tom Hardy Venom's like more lighthearted. He's pretty much like a good guy. He's very comedic. So it wouldn't make too much sense to have him fight this Spider-Man. So they're gonna introduce maybe a new Eddie Brock. Okay, I get it. But to me, it was like such a waste. It's like you're gonna have two post-credit scenes, one from Venom 2, and then one from this movie, where you hype up, ooh, Venom's here finally, and then they just he comes and he goes. It's like, what? So on that respect, I felt like they wasted Tom Hardy. I was like, man, because he's such a great actor. It's like I would have loved to see him mix it up in this movie. But I get it. You're right. It wouldn't match too well. So they're just gonna have a new Eddie Brock or whoever.
Yeah, it seems like they might actually do that. You see, these stuff we're talking about, sorry for cutting you off, but like the stuff we're talking about is like they don't know what they're doing. Like they're in such a limbo, like because if they
Yeah.
bring Venom and MCU, then maybe they break up with Marvel and they don't know what they're doing. They're going as they're writing it. So yeah,
Mm.
it seems like there's always that opportunity. So they brought him in and they take him out. So like maybe he comes back and fights. Maybe he doesn't come back. Like they always leave it like that. That's how Hollywood type of thing.
Yeah, and then also another thing I mentioned in my review, I was like, it's kind of weird. Like, why did you have him come? You could have easily had a symbiote come from outer space. You didn't need to have Tom Hardy do that. Tease Tom Hardy for 2 movies. Like, you could have easily introduced the symbiote a different way. Like, you didn't have to do it that way. So I felt like they were like just teasing us on purpose. Like, oh, gotcha, we got you excited, but guess what? You're not getting it. So I don't know, bro. Like, I felt a little bit betrayed when he vanished.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it might happen. Maybe that Venom just dies straight up. Somebody burns him up. You know how the movies work? It's like
fire and
you
sound.
don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know. They're definitely gonna make like more. They're definitely gonna do a Venom 3. I mean, who knows when Morbius? Like, what universe is that in? Like, what do you think it's in? I have no clue. I still don't know.
Honestly, like, yeah, I don't even know what's because Vulture is in Morbius. I
Right,
mean, it's like what? But then, like, honestly, like these are all Spider-Man villains. Like, if we don't have Spider-Man interacting with them, they're like like they're one note. Like they have
right.
to hit each other. Michael Morbius actually have such a like good connection to Peter Parker in the comics. He's like from based on in 90s animated series. Have you seen that
I was
show?
actually watching a little bit of that today on Disney Plus, just randomly. I was like, let me watch some of this because I used to watch it a little bit back in the day, but not, not like crazy. So I've only seen a little bit, but I actually don't know. I don't know anything about Morbius. Do you know like a good amount?
Yeah, I've seen that episode where it's like there's like a whole origin story for Michael Morbius where it's like he like he basically like doing like tests and like one of the bats get in the way and basically how Man Bat was created in Batman. That's
Mhm.
how he gets created and he like he sucks blood and he doesn't actually like eat the people in the animated. It's just like his hand. Like
Yeah.
that's how he is. He has like the suction cups where he puts on people's faces and he gets their blood. And then Blade, the vampire hunter, comes in and
Mhm.
gets him, and then he's in the same college as Peter. So then like they're doing the labs and then he breaks out and then he goes after him and they fight and they have interaction. And then Felicia Hardy is his girlfriend, which is Felicia is
Black Cat.
what is it, Black Cat? Yeah.
Yeah,
So, if we don't have Spider-Man, then we can't do any of these. We
I
need
know.
him so then we can actually like start a proper universe of like these characters. I don't know, maybe he appears in the multiverse because of the Michael Keaton connection, yeah, Vulture connection, where it's like, what's up, Doc? Yeah, and
Right.
Warner Brothers sues them for that line.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Well, yeah, it's Batman and Joker, right? Jared Leto's Joker and Michael Keaton's Batman. There you go. There's the connection. I didn't even think about that. Uh, yeah, so it's just weird. Like, I don't know what universe it's in. Like, maybe Michael Keaton. Okay, he's definitely playing Vulture. It's not like it can't be a different character. Like, it's definitely him. So did he somehow cross over to the Venom verse? I'm thinking it's the Venom verse. Because he calls himself Venom. He makes a joke about it. But then there's that poster of Spider-Man that says murderer in the background. Dude, I don't know. Maybe it's trailer manipulation. Maybe that poster's not actually in the movie. I don't know, bro. Like it's weird. But I'm excited for it regardless. Like I love Jared Leto. I think it's gonna be a cool movie. It's PG-13 though, whatever. Um, yeah. Um,
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm hoping he gets the trench coat, like the actual comic
oh
book,
yeah.
because he gets that big trench coat and he's like a vampire. He just like jumps up and he just flies around like he is actually threatening. And the way they showed, we haven't seen a lot of that. Of course, we haven't seen the Morbius movie because it's not
Mhm.
out yet. But like, I don't know, it didn't seem like the actual white because he's white faced. That was like actual vampire, where he was like jumping like a vampire. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Honestly, that seems like another like Venom type of deal where it's like they're gonna take the cheesy C tier type of take on
Yeah.
Morbius.
Yeah, because like remember like the old Blade movies were rated R. You know what I mean? Like they weren't afraid to curse and have gore and stuff. Like this is, it's PG-13, like I said. And a lot of people wanted Let There Be Carnage to be rated R, and unfortunately it wasn't. So I don't know. I guess Sony's afraid to go rated R. That's why I admired about Fox with the X-Men movies. They would make rated R movies. Like Logan was rated R, Deadpool 1 and 2 were rated R. You know what I mean? Like, and DC, they're not afraid to do rated R. It's just Marvel, or should I say Disney Marvel is afraid to do it. So
Something just came into my mind. It's not related directly, but it's Disney related since you said Disney. And Disney is just so random, man. We're getting Pirates of the Caribbean, the 4K remaster on
uh
Sunday. On Sunday. Yeah, January 2nd, which is
really?
weird. Or January 1st. It was actually January 1st, but now it's like on Monday. It's so weird. Why can't you just have it on Tuesday? We're getting a
Wait, they're
4K remaster
really? I
of,
didn't know this.
yeah, the first Pirates are getting a slipcover release.
Wow.
But only slipcover, not the steelbook in US. And then Australia, it got the whole thing on like a big box type of deal, all the movies, but it's like it's not like an individual release, it's just like straight up like a box set.
Oh,
Disney is so weird with their releases, man. I
I
don't even know what's going on.
yeah, I heard about this. So yeah, the Pirates movies are all getting like 4K steelbooks except for the first movie, right? Is that what you
Yeah, is
said?
that what's going on? Because the first one is only getting a slipcover.
That's
Maybe the
weird.
steelbook comes in later. I don't know what's going on.
And then yeah, it is coming out January 2nd, which is a Sunday, I believe. Wow,
Yeah,
that is
or
so
maybe
weird.
it's Monday. I'm not sure, but yeah.
No, yeah, no, it is a Sunday actually, because my birthday's the 10th,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is a
yeah.
Monday. So that's gonna be fun.
What?
um,
So I'm on Sunday. I'm gonna go to Best Buy and get the slipcover version just
I
to
guess
talk
so.
about a video. Yeah, I'm just gonna do just to make a video about that topic. Okay, what's the deal Disney with this?
Oh, that's
That's funny
strange.
though. Disney is so weird. Where's Heat? Wasn't Heat supposed to come out?
Yeah, right. No, it's like I don't get it. It's like okay, so they have this big major release, but it's coming out on a Sunday. Like I don't understand what happened there. That's really strange. I didn't know about that. That's funny. Sunday. I'm not gonna pick those up. Actually, I'm not in a rush to get them on 4K, but I assume you're gonna get it.
Yeah, because I already don't have like the first one is a classic, of course, and I
Hmm.
don't have them. I don't have any of them, and I waited
Oh,
for the
okay.
4K. If you have the Blu-ray or the Steelbook, because
Yeah.
I think you have the set, right?
I've had the first four for like ever. The fifth one, I got that on 4K when it came out. So that's the only one that's on 4K. But I mean, they all look great on Blu-ray. You know what I mean? Like if I was filthy rich, I'd buy the 4Ks. But I'm not in a rush to get them.
Yeah, I mean, it's my first time, so yeah, I'm just gonna go and get it. And the
Yeah.
slipcover looks nice. It actually has the Pirates banner, not like
Hmm.
the stupid Disney banner with the. Well, we're gonna see it, the Ultimate Collector's Edition and all that, blah
Yeah,
blah
yeah,
blah.
yeah. I
Yeah,
know what you're
neither
talking about.
Ultimate nor Collectors.
Right, right. Every freaking
Just a
slipcover is like
standard.
identical. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's $22. So hey, and I have a $5 credit, so
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
it's gonna actually come down to like a standard 4K type of sale, where it's like 14.99.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So yeah,
Pirates
I think.
One. I know we're getting off topic here, but I think Pirates One's the best movie. I don't know about you.
Of course, honestly, if I just get that, because I have only Casino Royale and I got No Time to Die coming Steelbook. That's it. I only want Casino Royale and that movie. I don't want the other stuff, like not the Quantum of Solace. No, bro, I don't
Quantum of
care
Boring.
honestly. The same goes with the Pirates film. The first one is the best. The second one is good. Third one it just gets worse. This last one, man, I didn't like that one. That wasn't really
Right.
that good.
I did a
Okay, and
ranking a couple years ago. My ranking is actually from best to worst is 1 to 5, like literally, like they just get
yeah.
worse. But I actually really like part four quite a bit. I think it's underrated. But part five is really bad, bro. Like it's
Yeah,
really like,
four, it's like the most expensive movie ever made.
oh yeah, which is still weird to me. Like I still don't know why that is. I'm like, I get it, it's a big production, but like what? I don't know. Um,
Johnny Depp was the hottest star at the time.
yeah,
That's
that
why.
makes sense. Yeah. Um, So yeah, and I guess back to Spider-Man. So I know we keep changing subjects, but I'm trying to think. Is there anything else
Disney
in the
is
movie?
weird. That was the connection.
Yeah, I know. We're just going talking about all kinds of stuff. So in Spider-Man: No Way Home, I think we covered pretty much all everything. So would you? Okay, so I kind of touched on the ending a little bit. How did the ending hit you?
The ending, Spider-Man PS4 inspired, definitely.
Oh,
I
I
don't know
love
if
that
you
suit.
played that game. Yeah, that game was amazing. They did Doc Ock great in that movie, and all the villains were good in that movie and that game. And again, this was basically like that, even the opening and how he swings out and the suit he starts with, and it was great. I mean, it doesn't feel like Iron Boy Jr. I don't want to
Right.
say that, but fans they all said it so much, and yeah, so they trying to like make him like actually feel like Spider-Man. This is
Hmm.
the best home trilogy movie. This actually may be the best like Spider-Man movie we have in MCU, and this is the best Spider-Man movie we had in a long time. So
Yeah.
honestly, like it's great. I know you're gonna say Spider-Verse, but then again, that's only animated, so that's not the live action actual type of deal.
Oh no,
And
I like this one more than Spider Verse. I actually kind of shit on Spider Verse in my tier video, if you remember. Some people don't like that, but I think I gave it an S. Like, I think Spider Verse is great. It's just a little bit overrated, if you ask me. Um, but
yeah,
no,
Spider-Verse right here. Yeah, I
yeah, yeah,
agree
yeah,
with you.
yeah. That movie's great. It's just it's not the best Spider Man movie. I'm sorry. But no, the ending of this No Way Home was like incredible, bro. Like, it was the perfect example of how you end something and start something at the same time. Like, it felt like a perfect ending, but it also felt like a great beginning to something new. And yeah, man, like, it was very impactful. And it's like, seriously, like, John Watts and all the writers, they did a fantastic job here. Like, they made Peter really his own person now. Like, I know for years people complained he's Iron Boy Jr., but this really feels like Spider-Man now. And I can't wait to see what happens next. And the ending was super powerful. I cried a little bit when he left MJ, and it's like, man, this guy, what else can he go through? Like, he lost his aunts, he lost his best friend, he lost his girlfriend. Like, dude, it's like, how tragic can you make it? But I think at some point down the line he'll get some sort of redemption, and, like, I don't know if they're ever gonna get their memory back or what, but something's gonna happen down the line. But yeah, how do you feel, by the way, about the whole plot twist that everyone forgot about Spider-Man?
That was good. I think they executed that great. I think that was you're talking about the when they forget, right? So yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's good. That was a good thing they did. And honestly, I don't mind it that much now. Like Spider-Man can be in MCU and can also be outside of MCU, so that's like the good thing they
right.
did. And forgetting something, it's not like they got amnesia like the third movie. It's not like it actually like makes sense now. It wasn't just like random and like just like it didn't change the tone of the film. It still felt like an actual movie with like a punch and stuff. And I brought this slipcover here to just talk about the trilogy. First up, I want to say, what's your feel on like the whole trilogy now that we have the whole thing? Like, what do you think about these movies? We got Homecoming and we got Far From Home. What do you think about
Well,
these two?
I gave both of those an A. I liked No Way Home the best. I gave it oh no, I gave it God tier, actually. But no, I think all three are great. Like, Far From Home for me for a while was just like meh, but I gave it a rewatch and I really enjoyed it on the rewatch. So yeah, honestly, John Watts knocked it out of the park. Because, like, Spider-Man 1 and 2 are also fantastic, but Spider-Man 3 kind of ruins the trilogy a little bit. It's not terrible, but as a trilogy, this honestly might be better. How do you feel?
Yeah, I agree. But I feel like all the trilogies have like like a little bit of weak storytelling in them. And as Aaron said, he watched these films. He said that he hates this, he hates Homecoming, and then he likes it more, and then he doesn't like this, and then he likes it more. He doesn't like Far From Home, and then he likes it more. I have the same feeling kind of because like the storytelling in this movie can get clunky at times. The Far From Home story, it's like okay, like okay, he made Barf, like, but that's not really Mysterio. Mysterio is so much more talented. He's an actor. Like, it's not really Mysterio's origin. But Jake Gyllenhaal killed it.
Yeah.
Visually, it's the best. It was the best before No Way Home came out, and I No
Oh
Way Home
yeah.
is the best visually. But this movie has Far From Home has so many like good trippy movies. Like in terms of even transfer, this is so much more sharper Far From Home than Homecoming.
Hmm.
But in terms of actual story, this is like a 80s high school Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller Day Off type of deal. So the story is good on Homecoming, but the visuals are better on Far From Home. That's how I feel. This Far From Home feels more of an MCU movie, but Homecoming doesn't feel like that much MCU to me. But yeah, that's how I feel about them. I would say Homecoming is better than Far From Home, and then No Way Home is better than both of them. So No Way Home would be like the one, and then Homecoming two, and then Far
Yeah,
From Home three on this trilogy for
that's
me.
how I feel exactly. Yeah. By the way, Aaron just messaged me. He got caught up with a family thing or something. He said his phone wasn't charged or something. Blah blah blah. I don't know. But I said, yeah, if you want, I can invite you. Let me know. I don't know. He hasn't replied yet, but he might be joining us soon. So good thing he didn't
Well,
ghost us.
no, he I know he would be busy.
Yeah.
It's holiday times and all that, but yeah, you guys are getting extra special type of episodes. So
Yeah, no, this is fun. I'm
thank
glad
you.
we actually kind of started it off this way because like we had a very like I can't wait for him to join in and like add more to the mix. You know what I mean?
Yeah, misery, misery, misery.
Yeah. I remember I told you that because I remember I posted a thing. I was like, "How do you guys?" I did a poll. I'm like, "Do you guys think Toby and Andrew's gonna be in the movie?" And you said something like, "I don't think they are." And then I said, "Misery, misery, misery."
Yeah,
How
I
do you
said
feel
I
now?
wouldn't be upset if they're not in it. It's not like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna lose it. But then when I when I see it, I was like, oh boy, yeah, feels good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that. All right. Oh, Aaron. Okay, so he just messaged me. He said I can send him the invite. So it sounds like he's ready to go. All right.
Yeah, we should honestly just like straight up say and ask about Topher Grace's Venom. Like just a random question like that. Just
Oh my
ask
god.
about like Topher Grace's Venom. How does he feel about it?
Okay, so all right, let me he's gonna enter
That'll be
shortly.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this movie is such a mess, but I love it. Spider-Man 3 is such a mess, but
Yes.
it's so funny and good.
Mr.
It's like
Aaron.
Raimi.
What? Oh, did you say Aaron or Arian?
I said Arian. No. How are you? How you doing?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we heard you had some you were busy. It's all good, bro. Like I understand. Stuff comes up, you know.
Yeah, man, it's good to hear you. How you doing?
Fantabulous.
Yeah, so we were discussing how Topher Grace is the superior Venom.
What a what a great thing to walk in on.
I know. No, we're just kidding. No, we're just fucking with you. All right. So we were actually talking for a long time about No Way Home already. So let us know how you feel about No Way Home, real quick.
I mean, cinema. I mean, there's no better way to put it. It is cinema.
Unfortunately, I did not see a movie review from you. Were you busy? Like, I wanted to see a movie review.
No, okay. The reason why I didn't do movie reviews because I was with like 8 other people when I went
Oh
and
yeah.
watched it. So like, I was driving most people and then took them home, and then like I got back at like late as hell,
Hmm.
and I was just knocked out, and I completely forgot about it. And I was like,
Okay.
oh, I'm pretty sure there's a million movie reviews. I'm pretty sure most people would only watch mine if it was like right after, but it's been quite a bit. So I was like, I don't know, it might be pointless.
Yeah, that's how I feel sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. When I see stuff late, you know.
Yeah,
All right. So you just saw the movie again, right?
yeah, I did.
Okay. So did you like it more the second time? Because me and Arian have only seen it once each.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did. I took it in more, kind of in a way.
Okay.
Like it wasn't as so shocking the first time watching everything. I kind of was able to just sit and kind of just more like since I knew what was coming, kind of I don't know, like really, really, I guess appreciate the story and the pacing and like not be so focused on oh my god I can't believe this is happening more than okay like
Hmm.
how does this relate to story and like stuff like that like the actual like movie itself I was more like engaged in I guess.
Okay. All right. So
Um
is it
and
your
yeah
favorite Spider-Man movie?
um I mean I don't know. Right now it's that second because I've only seen it twice. Right now, I think still Spider-Man 2 is up there because I've seen Spider-Man 2 a million times. So I think I have to watch this one a bit more, and then I might watch Spider-Man 2 and then this one kind of back to back. and then I'll kind of know which one I like better. But as of now, I still think Spider-Man 2 is number one, and then it would be this movie.
Okay, so that's good to hear because I figured you'd feel that way. Did you have any gripes? Because me and Arian had a few gripes we talked about. Did you have any like gripes you wanted to mention?
The first time I watched it, I felt like the only gripe I had was that the beginning felt a little too fast.
Yeah.
That's how I felt the first time. Like it felt like it was kind of it was way too fast. But then after, knowing what comes, that the fact that they introduced two Spider-Man later on and kind of all that happens, the second time watching it, it didn't seem as fast to me. It felt like just right, and it felt like it gave enough time to kind of everything that needed a certain amount of time, like the first time I was like, why is it moving so fast? Like you kind of just like started this whole thing and it seems like, oh, you're already moving on to all these villains and stuff. But then now that I like know, all that's going to happen, it's like, oh yeah, no, they do spend like as much time they honestly probably could have in the beginning. And like knowing that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield do pop up in like, I guess, what would you say to pop in? Like it would say the final act, right?
And towards the end of the second act to the beginning of the third act.
Yeah. Knowing that they do end up for sure coming around that certain time, it honestly felt like, oh dang, this is actually moving a bit slower now than it kind of seemed that first time watching it. So yeah, I think that would be the only. I think I would say just a little bit with the pacing, and that's probably it.
Okay.
And I guess the only other thing I'd say, they maybe could have fixed the CGI a tad bit, maybe on Tobey Maguire's suit here and there, and that's about it.
Yeah. I actually didn't mention this earlier. We've been talking for a while, but I forgot. Another little gripe I had, they didn't use the Danny Elfman music enough. I was kind of sad.
They used it twice.
Yeah.
I noticed that they used both the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and the Danny Elfman theme twice throughout the movie. I didn't hear it. Actually, no, they used the Danny Elfman one 3 times. They kind of have like a little piano rendition when Toby's walking out the portal the first time. And then again with Sandman, and then again with
Doc Ock, I think.
With Doc Ock. Although I will say it's like they only use like one specific part of the Danny Elfman theme, not like all of it. It's just that one specific section they use multiple times.
Yeah, I wanted a scene of him swinging in, like revealing the costume for the first time in the movie with that's what I wanted. I didn't get it, but it's okay. I can live.
Yeah. Like
so
I guess this is all. I bring this up because it's kind of like another thing with pacing. Like I would say like to go directly from Aunt May's death to the big hype moment of revealing the two other Spider-Man, I thought was pacing. But like again, it's already 2.5 hours long. And it kind of makes sense. Like they kind of had to, just here we go.
Yeah.
So I don't blame them.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you too, like, how was your theater experience? Because I assume it was sold out. You saw it with a bunch of friends, so that must have been great, right?
Yeah, I actually saw it with a bunch of family. Like all my family's like, oh, we gotta watch this movie. Yeah. No, the first time it was insane. It was wild. It was like people. Oh man, like that was probably the loudest I've heard it since Infinity War. Like I think it was louder than Endgame, but on par with Infinity War. And I went to IMAX sold out screening, so of course it was going to be loud. It's funny because I think I heard as many ahs every time Andrew Garfield said anything than cheers. Like everyone was like sobbing anytime Andrew Garfield did anything because everything about him is so sad in the movie.
Yeah. He really redeemed himself for me, like big time. Like I really you could tell he was having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to ask you. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like not as many people are talking about Tobey Maguire's like presence in the movie because he's good in it. Like he felt like exactly as he was like in the original trilogy. Like I feel like the reason Andrew Garfield stands out so much is because he's like the super emotional kind of charismatic. Well, Tobey Maguire's was more kind of shy and kind of like just the I guess leader in a way, but like not as like I don't know as much.
Yeah, and I said this earlier. I can't believe I'm saying I was like surprised I'd ever say these words, but like I'd rather see an Amazing Spider-Man 3 than a Tobey Spider-Man 4 now. Like I really want to see Andrew, come back full throttle now. Like I really, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
because with this movie, it felt like Tobey Maguire was a bit old. You can kind of tell, like,
yeah.
he was kind of he wasn't as like out there as he was in the original movies, and it kind of seemed like there wasn't much story to his character in this movie. Like, it seemed like Andrew's character still had so much story to tell, like redeeming himself with MJ and anything he was kind of saying. Toby seemed like it was like he already kind of finished his story, and this was
Mhm.
just like him doing extra, and
Yeah.
even then it's kind of like a bookend, kind of getting that second chance with Doc Ock and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
This one, it seemed like it was like totally like open doors, and there was still so much to tell with Andrew's character. So that was
Yes.
cool. I think that's
Yeah.
why.
Because Andrew's universe, they were setting up so many things that never got resolved.
Oh
Like
God,
seriously,
yeah.
like so much shit. So like, yeah, like Toby had that brief line about how him and Mary Jane, they made it work or whatever, which was nice to hear. So I feel like we don't need to see another one, but like I'd be
Yeah.
down.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
no,
I would too.
yeah, I definitely want to see Amazing Spider-Man 3. Like that's trending right now, big time. So I think they're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
do
it
it.
was.
They're gonna do it, bro.
Yeah, I feel like that's not the last time we're gonna see Andrew. I don't know about Toby though.
I think Toby's gonna be in Multiverse of Madness, like we mentioned, like the last podcast. I think he's gonna be in it. Yeah.
I think he might show up one more time, and if anything, it'll probably be that one because Sam Raimi's back.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I mean, me and Arian talked a lot about Spider-Man. Is there anything else you wanted to mention, like maybe Venom or like Aunt May's death or anything in particular?
I will say I got bamboozled during Aunt May's death.
Oh, me too. With
the reason why
leak?
was because no. Well, that kind of okay. I'll explain. So it's like with Aunt May's death, that whole week happened, so like I knew it was coming. But then in the movie, like she kind of seems like she's like fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, maybe it was just like it was just titled that because it was like supposed to be her death, but it really wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how they don't really kill off anybody much in the MCU. So I was like, oh, she's fine. But then like, no, she is actually literally dead. So it did trick me. I thought like she was dead, and then she's like, oh no, never mind, she's fine. And then no, actually no, never mind, she's dead. So it kind of tricked me there. But I think that has to do with the performance, kind of like making it seem like, oh yeah, she's fine.
Yeah, bro, I cried.
Oh yeah. It's funny, I got more emotional the second time watching it than the first one. I think that's really because the first time it was more jarring to me, rather.
Mm-hmm. That happens to me too with movies. I feel like because I know what's coming, I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Like I start getting emotional. Like I agree with you.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess you would sit on 10 out of 10 because me and Arian are both like at 9.5.
Yeah, I'd give it a 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Or
cool.
in my grade, I'd give it an A+.
Right. Okay. Awesome. All right. So I'm actually a little bit under the weather. I don't know if you can tell my voice.
I am too.
Oh no, we both got COVID.
You can hear my voice.
Yeah, you actually do sound a little bit nasally. Yeah. No, my mom got sick a couple days ago, and then I unfortunately got whatever she had. I don't know if it's COVID. I don't know. I've had worse, But,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think I have a cold. I think mine. I think it's a cold. I think, hopefully.
Hopefully. I would go do the test, but I don't want that thing shoved up my nose. I don't know if either of you guys have had any.
Oh yeah, I have to. I did it once. I have to go do it again on Thursday. That's gonna suck.
How does it feel?
It sucks at first, like the hype leading up to it, and then it happens and it burns and it sucks, and then like just to stay after, you're like, never mind, I'm good.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna sit it out. I'll be like, maybe I had COVID, maybe I didn't. Who knows? But yeah, I'm just gonna sit it out. So yeah.
You're vaccinated though, so it should be gone in like a week, right?
Yeah, I am vaccinated. I never got my booster though, but it should be gone soon. I had it on Christmas, which sucked, but I still had a good Christmas. You guys have a good Christmas? Good holiday?
Yeah. I got Venom 2 on 4K. Oh, and I got Twilight on 4K.
Dude, oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, Twilight. Speaking of Robert Pattinson, me and Arian were talking a little bit earlier about the Batman trailer, the new one. Did you see it?
I did.
It looks pretty cool, right?
Oh man, dude, the cinematography. Like anytime it just shows Batman just standing, like there's so many shots on show just like Batman just standing in front of like a city. I'm like, yes, give me that.
Rated R, please.
I don't know.
I mean, it'd be cool. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't know the rating. You're right. Like, I don't even know what's gonna be rated yet.
Yeah, we'll see. Arian, did you have a good holiday? You celebrate Christmas, right?
I think he dipped.
Oh no, he's on mute right now.
Oh,
Are you where you are on mute, sir?
Yeah, we celebrated Christmas. Yeah, it was pretty good. Hope you guys had a great Christmas, and I wish you guys Happy New Year. So like, you know, it's gonna be in a couple days, so yeah, it was great. You know, it was good. I feel like they did the good timing on the Spider-Man, and yeah, I think Andrew Garfield was good too, and I think the movie was really fulfilling. And for you. Oh yeah, they put like the Coldplay. It's totally irrelevant to the film. And the other song.
Oh yeah, Phantasm too. Yeah. I don't know those movies. I'm not the biggest fan. Everybody knows that, but I want to see a third one now.
I rewatched it after he talked so much shit about it. I rewatched it and I was like, "This is good." I don't know what Tyler didn't see in this.
Did you see my tier list, by the way? I didn't see any comments.
I did.
How do you feel?
No, because we just talked about it. That's why I was like, I don't know if it makes sense to comment or not. No, yeah. No, I rewatched it like literally like the moment the podcast like kind of ended. I rewatched it and in 4K too. And I was like, this is good, like better than I remember it being. I was like, I don't know what Tyler's on.
I don't know, bro. Like, I said all I've had to say about it, but you know, I don't hate the movies. Like, I gave it a C. I could have gave it a D or an F, and I didn't. You know what I mean? Like, there's worse gradings. Yeah. I just feel bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, I was gonna build this up. I was waiting for all three of us to be here. So I dropped a little video on Christmas, and I know both of you saw it.
Yeah. To cinema. Yeah.
I need some theories.
Oh, you need some theories.
What do you guys make of that?
You see, Shrek's gonna blow up a park next. Well, it's very cinematic. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Definitely up the production value. Making use out of that fresh camera of yours. I wonder what people who were walking in the park were thinking at the time.
Oh, bro.
You on the floor. So if you have any stories, I'd like to hear
them. There's gonna be a commentary. I'll just say that.
Okay. All right. What's the runtime?
Okay. Well, I have a rough version. I'm like editing in the process right now. I'm about like, I want to say like 60% done editing. It's gonna be at least 15 minutes, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna say 15 hours.
I mean, bro, that would be an event. Like, dude. No, because the previous one, the Shrekkening was like I think 10 minutes, but that was mostly an unboxing. This one's just straight up. This one's just straight up Shrek.
This is just lore.
This is just straight up lore. Arian, do you have any theories of what's going on? I know it's just a teaser, but like I purposely made it very unique. I think you're on mute again, bro.
You're going for that cinematic look. I feel like it's great that you're doing that. Yeah, I think it's gonna be epic. It's definitely it's gonna have better production this time and more more view and better camera angles. Definitely, it's critics call it the film of the year. New York Times
A24
call it the best 10 out of 10. A brilliant thrill ride.
Yeah, so I'm dropping the video on my birthday, and that's intentional. There's a couple reasons why. You'll see when you watch it, and then I'll do a commentary, probably the day after or something. But yeah, it's gonna be fun, bro. I'm so hyped right now. Like, I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's gonna be so fun.
Yes.
It was a big undertaking, I'll just say that. But yeah, do you guys have any plans for the new year? Like, any videos you want to do? Do you want to start like? I know Arian, you just started doing vlogs, which are fun. Anything you guys want to start doing, maybe?
I don't know, because I feel like anytime I tell myself I'm gonna do something, I don't. But then when I'm just like, fuck this, like I'm not gonna do anything, I end up doing like 5 projects out like within like a week. So I'm just gonna say nothing. I'm gonna say I hope I just don't do anything. And then hopefully that means I just end up uploading like 10 things a week. So
Funko Block?
Funko Block?
Yeah.
I just went to the Funko store in Hollywood again the other day recently too.
Man, I want to go so bad.
Haha. You're not in
Yeah.
Hollywood.
I know. They should build one here. They might. I don't know.
I made a custom pop of me too. Well, I had someone make a custom pop of me. So like I literally have the one in a kind of limited edition Arian Wannabe Comedy Funko Pop.
Ooh, I'm jealous. Dude, I'd love to have my own. Like the freaking amount of videos I make about Funkos, you figure I'd be able to make my own one day.
Yeah, and you could like, if only Funko Street was still going, you could have made it super meta, like you were God.
Dude, never say never. Arian, any videos you want to do? Like I know you're gonna
we're
do
just
more
waiting for the
vlogs,
Funko
obviously.
Street comeback.
I never say never.
Hello.
Oh, did you hear me?
I think he got disconnected.
Oh, can you guys hear me or no? Can you guys hear me still? This is weird.
Which is weird.
Oh, I think he's back.
Yep, he's back.
Can you hear me?
I'm back.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what happened. Yeah, Toby, I'm back. I don't know what happened. My internet was fine. That was kind of strange. It's still recording, thankfully. Could you imagine if I lost all that recording, Arian?
Oh, that would be funny.
At 8 o'clock? Or yeah, let's say at 9:30 over here now. Yeah.
Read the podcast.
Yeah, no, I was gonna before I dipped or whatever. I was asking Arian, what else are you gonna be doing this year besides vlogs?
Yeah, I said it to Aaron, but I'm gonna say it again so we get it on video. Yeah, so I might do a Best Buy trip video if they like I try to film in there and show what they have because I feel like they shrunk down the place and try to get the Pirates of the Caribbean thing with slipcover. If they don't have it, probably get something else. But yeah, just do it like a Best Buy video and then an unboxing after it. Like I'm gonna put them like right after each other. I think that would be cool for the video, but just continue doing the standard videos and keep consistent, making more music. I have more music on the way. I'm working on more
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm also doing an audition on Monday for like a Zoom audition for singing. I don't know how would that go. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So Arian, did your album go platinum?
Yeah, it sold. It got 1,000 streams in 2 months.
Oh really? Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good, bro.
We are like 935, but probably like it's gonna be 1,000 soon. But yeah, guys, go check out the album. It's new. It's the first album. It's I know it's rough around the edges, but we're getting there. Journey to Mars.
I remember that one day I was at the gym and I listened to the whole thing and I sent you a message and I was like, I like that one song where you had like the Australian accent, I think it was. You know which one I'm talking about? In Rover or something like that?
Yeah, Hoppin' and Rover.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I actually really like that one. That was pretty good.
It's British drill.
Was it supposed to be like a Kid Cudi album kind of like parody in a way? Like, or what was, because I could definitely tell like it was like heavily inspired by like something like that.
Yeah.
So like I don't know if that was like your intention or like it was kind of just like I don't know. I don't know how to word the question.
So I try to do is we just try to like what is it? We try to do like experiment with different sounds. If you heard like Trippy Ziggurat is like a Middle Eastern type of song, and then that drill beat, that's just a British drill beat. So it's like they're like beats from like different genres. We try to like tap on like different genres and like try to do like trippy like Travis Scott like Kid Cudi, like even like drill type of thing, like Pop Smoke type of deal, and like just like different like genres. And then we have like rock songs like Jungle Moon and like Limbo, where it's like rock type of deals, and like especially with like electric guitar type of sound and Middle Eastern, just like different sounds. That's what I was going for, like a variation of like different sounds in an album, like just a combination of different sounds. That's what I was going for. But that was just the beginning, so I'm definitely improving and trying to make it sound like more mature and better. So yeah.
And did you record with like the auto tune already there, or did you like add that in post, or did you already know you wanted to like try singing with auto tune, or did you kind of want to try using your voice and you just thought, now let's use something else instead?
So what I was going for, I just actually re-record without the autotune. So we put the microphone and then I just recorded it. And then my producer, my friend, King Tut, his name is King Tut Project. He did the album, he did the production on it, and he added the autotune and all the mixing and all that stuff. And I already put in some input with him. And yeah, we try to just do like different autotunes, like different sounds, because I didn't try to sound the same. And honestly, if when you don't use autotune, it kind of low-key sounds kind of rough. Like if you want to really blend in something nice in a song, you need to have like some sort of autotune. That's what I think. But like, yeah, I was trying to, have the auto tune, but I added afterwards, and we try to like touch with different auto tunes so that there's like different versions of that songs with like different types of auto tunes. But I try to actually sing and use my own voice, my deep voice, to edit all that stuff. So yeah, so that is it, and it's definitely getting better. I'm working on it. That was just a rough. That I did that whole thing in 3 months, which is kind of rushed. But yeah, I'm glad you guys listened to it. I'm glad you guys. What do you feel about it? Like, just give me a 1 to 10 number. It doesn't matter. This is just the first project. So I personally, I think it's somewhere in between, like a 7, like a 6. It's not like a very clean type of deal, but it's just like rough and gritty type of sound.
No, I think yeah. Well, honestly, like I enjoyed majority of it. It's not my kind of music though. Like I listen to some stuff like that, but like I'm more of like a rock guy. But I for like a first project ever, like bro, like, and you said 3 months, like man, like I don't know, I don't see myself like doing something like that ambitious in 3 months. Like I don't know, like you did a pretty good job. Like with all that said, like I think I would give it like a. I mean, I only listened to it once, but like yeah, like probably what you said, like maybe 7, like 6, something like that. It's not bad or anything. It's just you know, I'm sure you'll learn from what you did. You'll make better stuff going forward, but it's not bad by any means. It's just not my thing. But bro, like honestly, like you're very talented. Just the fact that you're able to do that, like, is incredible to me. And I didn't expect it either. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know you'd actually make a full album like that with production and everything. Yeah, bro. Like seriously, good job.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Aaron, did you hear the whole album or you didn't hear it?
No, I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention. Yesterday I watched another movie too.
Oh, like a new thing or?
Yeah, I watched that movie Licorice Pizza.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to see that. How is it?
Um, it's a movie that's too long, but has lots of great moments. Like I feel like it should have been 30 minutes shorter, but like there's so many like just good scenes. It reminds me of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, it's
Yeah,
Paul
yeah,
Thomas Anderson. That's kind of his style. He makes long ass
yeah,
movies.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I saw Nightmare Alley, by the way, Guillermo del
Oh, you
Toro's.
did?
I freaking loved it. I mean, I don't like love it, but it was really good.
Oh yeah,
I,
because I didn't see like your movie review, so
I
I
saw it
wouldn't
late.
know.
That's why I saw it late.
Oh, okay.
Same reasoning you had for Spider-Man. I saw it like a couple. When did I see it? I saw it, I think Monday or Tuesday that after Spider-Man, because it came out the same day as Spider-Man. So I saw it like that Monday or Tuesday after. So I was pretty late to the party. I
Yeah.
hope it does well though, because it's not doing well in the box
Is
office.
it is it like really that good?
Oh yeah, bro. Like I'm a fan of film noir, like old school Hollywood, like movies like that. It really feels like it's out of the 1940s, but in color. Like it's
Mhm.
really good, bro. Like he's such a great director. Um, yeah, I mean it's also 2.5 hours, so like it's not like Spider-Man like in terms of exciting, but it's really good. If you're a fan of like filmmaking, like it's yeah, Bradley Cooper's like excellent in it. Willem Dafoe, obviously the GOAT, he's in it. Um, yeah, I recommend it, but it's not doing too hot with stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see anything else, Arian, at the theaters recently?
Um, yeah, not that much. I just saw I think Dune was the last thing I saw, and then I saw uh Spider-Man. So yeah, just major releases. Just saw those, and I tried to watch Matrix Resurrection, and I turned it off halfway.
I heard it was bad.
It was
Which one?
too boring for me.
Matrix 4.
Oh.
That's why I didn't see it. I never saw 2 and 3 to begin with, so I was like, okay, everyone's saying it's bad. I'm just not gonna go see it. Screw it. So
Yeah, you did a good thing. So
okay. Jesus. All right. Well, I don't know. Is there anything else we should talk about? Anything you guys wanted to mention?
I mean, I have a 600-page essay on why Twilight is cinema, but we can skip that for the next podcast.
Wait, Wait, are you being sure? Like, you have a school project that you're actually doing for Twilight?
No.
Okay, because that sounds like something you do for like a film.
Yeah,
class.
no, I would totally do that. If someone like, I would totally fucking do it just for trolling. But
that'd be your hot take.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I can't.
Right.
Oh my god, I can't wait for us to talk about I can't wait for you to rewatch the entire series and for us to talk about it.
What, Twilight?
Yes.
Well, I can't rewatch something I've never watched, so I have to watch it for the first time.
You've never watched it?
I think have we been over this? I think I might have told you this. Yeah.
Dude, I thought you said that you watched it and you didn't like it.
No, I've never seen any of them.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to do a commentary for the first one. That's a fact. I cannot wait. So yeah, I guess that's just set up for something in the future. Then we're like at Marvel, just setting things up.
I mean, I guess that'll make for a good podcast. Like, we'll actually I'll sit down and watch it, and we'll record my freaking. This will be fun. But I mean, Robert Pattinson, bro, like he's the man. So
yeah, Twilight Stan watching Twilight with someone who's never seen it.
Lol.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's in the books, I guess. Anything else you wanted to mention, Arian, for the podcast?
No, that's it. I want to know what would Aaron give the album? What would you give the album? My album.
I'd have to re-listen to it because I usually I have to listen to the album multiple times because I never have an accurate rating the first time I listen to something. Mm-hmm. So I'd have to rewatch it re-listen to it.
Yeah, I would suggest you listen to 2 top tracks. I would say it's Jungle Moon and it's Canyon Runner. I'm hoping you put that in the description, the album. I'll probably send in the channel link and all that.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And yeah, so I would listen to Jungle Moon and Canyon Runner because those are Jungle Moon is like a rock song with guitars and drums, and then Canyon Runner is like a synth type of drive type of song, and something you would see in the movie Drive. So yeah, I would say those 2 are my main stuff. So I would recommend you guys check those out. And yeah, I think that's it. And it was great that we discussed this Spider-Man deal. And yeah, what a time to be alive, guys. It was great.
Mm-hmm. Also, for putting just stuff in your description, Tyler, I want you to put the entire Who Needs Burritos on Halloween series of ours is in there too.
Did you make 2 of them? Yeah, you made 2 of those.
And you made 2
I made
well.
2. So it's a 4 series event or 4 video event, I should say.
Until next Halloween, of course.
Arian, do you know what we're talking about at all? This might predate you when you first started watching me.
Wait, I don't know. I'm not sure, but if you put it in the description, I'll go check it out.
It involves burritos from Chipotle on Halloween night. No,
yeah, my first video I made of it, I'm still a prepubescent child, so I look very young. But it dates back this entire this battle between me and Tyler.
Yeah, Aaron was 16 for 5 years, right?
Yeah, I was 16 for 5 years.
It's a fact. It's actually a fact. Yeah, I don't know. You're 18 now, right? I always forget.
I'm 19.
You're 19. Okay. Just had to make sure.
Yeah.
My old ass is about to be 26.
Okay, hold on. I'm looking at the release date of that first video. I made it as a clap back to you. That was, how old was it? Okay, October 31st, 2017. 18, 19, 20, 21. I was 15. I think I was 15. I think it was 15 or 16 when I made that video.
Damn, bro. That's crazy.
And I hadn't even been watching your channel I've been watching your channel 2 years before that. Or when was Funko Street? The first the second episode.
The early 2016.
Yeah, because I started watching you during when that second episode released. So I was 14, 13
Yeah,
or
bro.
14 when I first watched your channel,
Jesus Christ.
and now I'm 19.
Yeah, bro. I'm old.
So you're old. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just gonna say that. You could have got the senior citizen discount at the theater when you went and watched it.
Oh, damn. Joke's on you. I get to save some money. All right. Well, yeah. So I
What a
guess
great way to
that's
end the
it.
podcast. Just roasting Tyler.
Yeah. Why not?
I mean, I'm only 4 years younger than you, so
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say you're that old.
Well,
But
you
yeah,
guys are some youngsters. I don't know.
no,
Well,
I mean, it's only 4 years. So I was in 2017. That was the first time I started messing around with music and stuff, and made my first terrible song.
you should release it. Like let's say one
It
day you
is out.
actually like become
It's
like
out.
really popular. You should release it.
It's already out.
Oh, it
It's
is.
on. Yeah, but it's really bad though.
You got to give us
So,
the
yeah,
link,
I
bro.
think I can send the link to you. It's really bad.
We
It's
won't.
not
We
even.
won't share it if you don't want us to, but we got to see that link.
Yeah, we can put it in
Almost
the
as good
link. I'm
as
gonna send it.
WWF Fear Factor Part 2 out of 2.
It's called Send It.
Aaron with that deep cut. Send
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So you're gonna send it, right?
Yeah, this was before. This came out August 2017. That's how old the track is.
Okay. So you were 18 years old, I assume.
I think I was actually August 17. I was actually 16. But yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
16.
God,
Okay.
16. The cursed year.
It's gonna be a different voice and everything. Like it's gonna be like a different person.
Honestly, no. It is still my deep voice. So
Oh, really?
I don't,
Okay.
yeah, because my voice was already like deep when I already hit high school. So, and that's like second year, like when I was going to second year, and I'm like 21 now. So yeah, that was like 4 years ago. It's crazy.
Where were you when you were 16, Tyler? Were you pimping the streets?
No. I was a dorky kid. Like
The Cat in
things.
the Hat?
Okay. So there was I like to call it the dark ages, like the 2010s, like when I was in high school. Like if things were the way they are now, then I think I would have enjoyed high school way more because like things are just
Yeah.
way better now. Like I don't know, but I still liked high school. It's okay.
No, I fuck high school. No, 2016 through mid 2018 were the dark ages. Like, yeah, you already know. Oh, we already did the high school story episode. We won't get into it this one.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Your Spider-Man. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Spider
Yeah.
Dick. Yeah.
Spider-Bulge.
Yeah, Spider-Bulge. Oh wait, that came full circle. That's like the perfect way to end the podcast.
Literally, remember John Campy? He said, "Look at Toby's balls."
Yeah, look at Toby. Yeah.
Aaron, you predicted it, bro. You put the dick and predicted.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. All right, so I
Wait,
guess
I forgot to mention. I was
Uh.
kind of right in Spider-Man. Remember, I was like, watch it be like Ned accidentally slips on something in the sanctum and brings all the characters in. I was almost right. It wasn't the sanctum, but he
you were
brings the
almost
characters
right.
in.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Damn.
Ned becomes Hobgoblin.
Yeah, right.
Just putting that up, Adam.
All right, well, I guess that wraps it up. It's been fun talking to y'all.
Spider-Bulge 2.
Spider-Bulge 2.
Yeah.
All right, well, yeah. So I don't know when the next podcast is going to be, but Aaron, you should definitely go back and listen to the first hour plus whatever we did because it's pretty funny.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, I'm Tyler.
I'm Aaron.
And I am Tony-Yeti.
And we all just popped off in our Spider-Bulges.
Yes, sir.